saying?
Yeah, me do. So yeah.
Let me quick cry. Go hey.
Yeah,
fine.
Now, Jonathan, the answer to Rodrigo to Chelsea, why it's on come is very simple. You're almost 3 years into the Chelsea project. We need just to Chelsea fans and Rodrigo. If you want the answer, go and look for Rodrigo's wages in a week. On your player that Chelsea buy. Unless on loan. Now Madrid for the edge 820 can even Chelsea will pay 250,000 a week. Chelsea won't pay. And you mean America. That is
so
how
any performance.
Oh no, Rodrigo is a good player. Yeah. And you say Kasem say Chelsea needs cow.
Oh, I know.
But that's not how Chelsea want to run their wage structure. Yeah. It won't happen. I mean, I'm a person use words say never need to happen. But if it happens, they are then anomaly. But per their Chelsea in the last 3 years, and you're likely for that to happen. But of course, Rodrigo is an excellent player, and already Chelsea have looked like almost more players ever be shown on left wing on. Rich, you see, me know you're Bantabi, and I love it. But nobody can take away the quality of Cunha Mbeumo.
Thank you.
Oh, una over here chili try. Una the root who's a deal. Chelsea had the papa. Was you Chelsea had those up table. So you can't carry me out there. Thank you. Over my fans.
Why? Then why? Would you FIFA Club World Cup? Then why? Yeah, no why? Okay. And you are to more than the 70 million. So deserve.
Then you know kill India.
Mbeumo.
And now see kill India.
Kofi, we are branching. On one single handedly. Season I butcher him. The goals and assists. Emma Brentford 22 points. Only goals. Super player.
Then you and the data also would you tell me?
You can't say in Gia.
Who can't would you?
David. I don't know. Tie. Yes, I cry. I dream was saying I had my fair 5 games. Expectations now, you want the man so to me here. Yenya, we ain't cast can who. Yenya, be my brand for 20 million. Come in fan cast 70.
See how you have a caveat.
He's a quality player.
Oh, see how me
and I'm playing videos. I'm hey, you're top player. Oh, you're top player. Oh, Kofi. Mbeumo way.
Let's get to Manchester.
Okay. Ama. I don't pay me better console yachi. As a man, ni Jesus runkubi.
Oh, you relieved.
You're a man.
When I'm a man. And a
grind in Mbeumo.
Rich. And then
quality player.
Mbeumo dear. Right now. I told you before. And I won't do the banter on Mbeumo right now. Makacho and one was a wajak to me. I think if you had a mantra. Say play award the only one you it comes down to the performance on the field of play. Nia Obi also pay 200 million. And you see Rich, young football having fans be brave now. I'm gonna pay us no mutie. Minim football fans ye hire home with the price of a player. So don't worry about it. As a fan, worry about a player in the park na so. Or bar, of course, how we when Jenny Freeba. So what shall I go better and how now club go bottom. If you don't care too much about how the club buys a player. So player the manners, of course, and because of how much you bought him, then you can talk about it. But until the players play on the foot of play, don't worry too much. Rich. So 70 million, 71 million. Cunha Mbeumo is an excellent addition to Manchester United. And you see, I'll explain to you. McCann has several times here. Before you have any analysis on data and stuff like that, always fashion with team. So we team that's a make data and be data on comma. Data can never be used as a standalone in any form of analysis. In any analysis, you use data in conjunction with what we call the eye test or the things that are a little bit abstract. You pay data because any abstract. For data, no, I can say, okay, this is what the data is saying. But the eye test is usually a little bit abstract. Rich, Cunha Mbeumo as a person. So for Manchester United as a club. Does Cunha Mbeumo improve Manchester United? Yes. And this is even before we come to data. Rich, so open player. Baby, Manchester United, they do know. They need what football connoisseurs will call the personalities. Personalities in the sense to say Manchester United ever against Bournemouth. And 0-0. You need somebody they don't want to lose. They constantly want to win. They are trying to edge the other players and then push them to try and get the win, and then they go on for Manchester United. Rich, Cunha Mbeumo is one of those players. At Brentford, so only natural winner in your mind that you cannot play consistently for Thomas Frank for that long. And he is a player physically, almost have physical presence. No? Medical catcher will say the 3-4-3 now Ruben Amorim remember Manchester United no, and your regular 3-4-3. It is the kind of 3-4-3 where you need an inside number 10 inside number 10 Obetimia ball with his back to goal. Last season they be a catcher. So it was never Messi Mount in that area. It was never Marcus Rashford as part of those wing backs in that area. Who you need is somebody who can receive the ball with his back to goal as an outlet for Ruben Amorim. And Rich, the two signings that Manchester United have brought on board are brilliant in that regard. And I'm talking about our branch friend Cunha Mbeumo and our branch friend Matthias Cunha. Which, let's go to the data points right now. Last season, so Oka Premier League won saying semi now this and commoner. Player said the fourth highest goals ever Premier League was Cunha Mbeumo. Fourth. And like you are saying, the superficial numbers again, say, it's not something that I love too much. They be the analysis of comparison between the superficial numbers and how impactful those numbers were with respect to maybe a Brentford for the points where they landed on the league table. Rich, with the 20 goals at Brentford for Enya in Cunha Mbeumo, only fourth on the list. And then more Brentford, like you said, to gain them 22 points. Now, subtract 22 points from the overall points at Brentford in that season. It will tell you the importance of a Brentford friend Cunha Mbeumo.
A game changer.
Secondly,
yes,
the expected assist, Cunha Mbeumo Emma expected assist first 9.26. Now, and Ayala added a very important metric of Yohan Wissa analysis nearby. He mentioned that Yohan Wissa the first player out the highest goals non-penalty. So that's link up here. Cunha Mbeumo and I assisting most of those balls, but Yohan Wissa was at the end of that. So it tells you the importance of Cunha Mbeumo, even in those non-penalty goals for our bright friend Yohan Wissa. Crosses attempted in the Premier League, 202, he was the first. These two are for me the most important thing. And I'm make catch for me, football is won without the ball. Now we are on the ball and there will be enemy here. In the game of football, from Casablanca to Yunahini, there is always a technical player. There is always a player who can dribble and turn and pass and then play across football. You're making difference here what the players do without the ball. And that is where Cunha Mbeumo comes in. For a player who covered 387.6 kilometers, the third highest in the Premier League, that is some level of kilometers covered as a player. It means that Cunha Mbeumo works hard. Works very hard. Third in the Premier League. The sprint, 870. Third. Players are players that they work without the ball. Almost without the ball. They are constantly sprinting. Cunha Mbeumo was third in the English Premier League. Rich. Now, Odiba become Matthias Cunha. Any of Matthias Cunha I put there. Then it tells you that Manchester United have found two gems that will transform Manchester United to the next level next season. There is an if at the end of the analysis. It will show TME and Mbeumo and Cunha were the top XG out performers. So TME Debia, I tell you, say I don't like analysis of just goals. Debia, it's about whether the player underperformed or overperformed their XG. These two players last season overperformed on XG. What does that mean? Near Cheney says a players where me and elbow boy. So okay, chance can clear me over. omutimi share. Kitwa bi na be create am no omutimi share. And if they come to Manchester United, if you create a less chance, they can convert and score. So if you create more, there is likelihood they score even better than their previous teams in Wolverhampton Wanderers. Any team my friend of Brentford, non-penalty goals versus expected goals in the Premier League in 2024-2025. Two last season, Mbeumo non-penalty goals 15. XG you create man rich into you creating XG of 7.6 man. So it means that you outperform his XG by 2 times 2. It's over the ball, maybe a ball, and yeah, they are normally play a beshe, but Mbeumo beshe. That is the quality of Mbeumo. The difference in XG was 7.4. That is staggering. Staggering data over there. Whoever did the analysis for Brian Mbeumo in the context of Manchester United, because Rich, so we'll come back to English Premier League table now. Brian Mbeumo, Manchester United will go difference. If I'm not mistaken, you were almost close to the negatives or 0.
Yeah.
So you need players that will outperform the XG. Matthias Cunha, last season non-penalty goals, or say 15. And again, the non-penalty goals, you used to say penalty the XG is very very high in the fan count, and non-penalty, and you used to 15. The XG creating man with 8.67, sorry, and the difference here is 6.3. The difference in XG,
So evaluation here after the season. Realize your problem, your major one, is goal scoring. You are about creating a Bruno Numye. They do it.
Yeah.
But you need presence. Oh, you need more. Like you said, so what your goal difference now? Negative. And you man kuyi. And Katima naturally ultimate creative chance there's ultimate goals. But the anymore no man had Zegzi Holland. Intiano Pekra the meeting say. As a Manchester Guso Modino do yenya Cunha yenya Mbeumo amuna no me very good in scoring. But still no you per striker. Because if you say, look, Mbeumo bet me am in goals. Cunha bet me am in goals. But yen team so rely on mo also so much. And we need a proper number 9 our air the 18 box in.
So you see,
which me was the Benjamin says could be the atom patch or in Beno.
You see, I'm doing my analysis today. My analysis net drawn. My United fans here. Me a Momo play as a team and as a fan base, which my come But I'll do my analysis and I'll do my job. United don't need a striker. Yes.
I see.
What United need after Cunha and Mbeumo, a midfielder. You need a controller. And now me catch you. Kobe Menu cannot play as a lone 6. See, United needs somebody in the fold of Moises Caicedo. Obi as a single player no. Ball on the man on him ball.
One turn my
Omuniska. No nipa can be 9 years on contract so. Yes, also 105. It might be my Barcelona from last week. Run around when you really score your 1 billion. The boys can sell you. We run around. We need close up.
And there's on this guy, Now 1 billion. Now, la mia ma group beton 1 billion.
So it's your buzzer for it here. On players, baby, now we need close 1 billion. One just can't my piano call. Baza, you did bring a bill.
But I did piano in advance. In advance.
I think you see, there are two things. These are players that will fit Ruben Amorim. So first of all, say Umbe Trivia, be very, very mindful. Say these players have thrived under very good coaches in their various clubs. Thomas Frank, Jose Pereira, the last time out when he came to join them, and then of course, what's his name? Gary O'Neill also at some point in time at Wolverhampton Wanderers was good for Matthias Cunha. So now, Ejumano Ruben Amorim Naso, he should deliver with these players. But is it enough? It may not be enough. But for me, I got one thing that if Manchester United are able to do, then okay, you can be in the top 4. We might compete top 4, top 5, top 6, or baby, because you're also not playing in Europe, you can compete. Because Rich, Joshua Zexi can play as a striker here, especially if these two players are going to be the outlets. For him to drop centrally, then they run off him. You don't need to go and splash money on Sesko or Gyökeres or Osimhen or whoever now. I don't think so. In my analysis, I don't think so. But the Manchester United betting you be saying Americano. Only ball, so the man. But without the ball, it's really ball. I'm excited because Casemiro, I don't think he can do that job for the long term. Manuel Ugarte, I thought it was a wrong profiling because Manuel without the ball is good. He will win the ball for you, but on the ball, he doesn't give you what Kobe Mainoo will do. Kobe can play the ball, but without the ball, Kobe cannot cover those grounds for you. So that is where United will do. You see, last season, Liverpool for Yadiabi, when they wanted a 6, they transformed Ryan Gravenberch from an 8 to a 6 and a 5 perfectly. Ruben Amorim, maybe he can convert somebody in the club to play in that position and go and get a striker. If he does it, that is going to be excellent. Which, into media analysis of United fans, most mommy, media Bremo, Msu na Cunha Mbeumo, on my tactical analysis, and media be going. Any data, tactical eye test in Amamo. Fine, and far.
Far.
Okay. I know your own pie boss ever. Because I'm far there. Who face also on top. After Muko Toya Musu, hey, we have our man.
Pajan Casento.
Anyone else in Jay?
Initially, as a born heading.
No born, but Munio Mukama, but
only the one big account.
No, me can now.
Oh, send me I'm from. Catch them the look. I rented in numbers at Brentford. No more for one account.
Over once the come
move for one account. Wouldn't Bob off. Brentford for almost 2 piano for
71.
Nekitiki, Grasam 100. Ekitiki.
Na say Ekitiki she mo go she.
Oh, Obo League Bay.
Na say German Bundesliga. Bundesliga say bad.
Who do you compare Bundesliga to EPL?
But say bad.
I mean, can say bad.
Enye Portugal.
But all your comparison, ni me no this wa. Obi abe EPL.
But who near
it for a player of Bob Brentford, Obama that double digit.
Na Cameroon near.
No, I said the boy heading.
Cameroon near na papa must be 25. Who should be United?
Oh yeah.
Cameroon near the pem person can me no be bantao. Cameroon near the pem ma boss akura we. We were 25.
If you work on way. I come to 25.
You know what you mean?
African you need to know. Say about 40.
What's the senior for 25? Oba be pray e catch you.
Oba be twa na MRI ni bi. You nim you kuta MRI no. No obru no 20 hwan na obo. Entrance.
Arsenal for jodi
okay.
Ah na any problem.
Alo mu feel mo.
Say e te twa mo. Omo ba bi e de omo good relationship.
Bi an so no mo twa so mo.
Ade o bas we dey be fa na.
O de conform o de conform he we kepa. Okay, say kepa kra de.
Honestly this is
you share dan jai bia. Rahim selling them say me yes. You sure Arsenal for you Omega there. We training camps on the venue abi.
But can't have so nya bad.
That kind so nya bad here. Kind nya bad.
You
so those are no nya started there but ono so anya so bad.
William Kela Tetan kwa ba you know.
Yeah.
William the first person no. But William say I'm faster because no so ni answer. But the senior man Noni how come more 52 million. Now it's only the interesting with Noni. Who is a Noni from Nigerian background, but name I'm in the papa in North London. Now, Andrea, when I listened to his interview, I went to do a little research. Rich, Noni has played for Tottenham Hotspur youth team. No, name I'm in North London. Use North London, any South London, far Chelsea more mainstream London. I don't know if South or Central London, but then I'm only North London. Apparently, Noni is an Arsenal fan. But Oya Krano, no about Tottenham Hotspur for youth team. It is an Agabi air references on video be your car say, who come over London there? Team ya dear pie Chelsea. Rich Noni as a player, after completing this deal, has played for Tottenham Hotspur, have played for Chelsea, and he has played for Team Arsenal Football Club. So proper Londoner. Now no credit say, time now no about Chelsea in Rich. Could you believe that no more Chelsea game behavior or fuck out from where Chelsea are in South London and then drives to North London to go and see his parents because still on any mammy ni papa nete into no share pictures nearby now. Noni went there with the mammy ni nearby ne bra penny to make sure say on your mobile come on which these are Arsenal's attacking options Nyame Adman next season. Noni Madueke, Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Ethan Nwaneri, Gabriel Martinelli, and Leandro Trossard. These are the attacking options. team my friend Arsenal next season. I think that Noni is a good addition. Mababe Chirechemu baby, so I won't waste too much time on that. Noni's addition to team my friend of Arsenal, it's about the backup to Bukayo Saka. And again, Obi Obetinyabo on the left wing. Oh, yeah, Arsenal here. Forget the trolls at Chelsea for only truly, you know. He is a very, very good player. Yes, the problem is that Noni doesn't work too hard without the ball. Like saying Cunha Mbeumo and Sema, we are focusing so much on the qualities he gives you without the ball. No? But the difference is that he is in an Arsenal team and culture without the ball here very high. They defend very well. And I'm very certain that Mikel Arteta will get that out of him. So once he sorts that out, goals and assists last season, November 10 in a season, it's not bad. And against the Bukayo Saka, this is a player Arsenal for can depend on him. Now, and he said, "Oh, you're very happy to go back to Arsenal Football Club to go and do the job there." Which Mamindi Bastan Komo we can say matuaso. See, me certain say Barca fans did not like the news they heard last season, and financially, this news will hurt FC Barcelona. I like to say Football Club Barcelona. Which Barca for literally pay to play at the Montjuic. Because when you say stadium, then you're money. So even if they don't pay straight money to the city authorities, the cost is higher as compared to when they play at the Spotify Camp Nou. Barca would have loved. Some can start this season, in August, Achanka by September they can play their games at the Spotify Camp Nou. And they wanted to start it with the one gamper. So they are as it stands now, they could have gotten approval for the city authorities, open certain part of the stadium, play the one gamper game there. So they don't put too much operational cost in it, get more money, and it will help Barca's financial standing. But the truth of the matter is that Barca have failed on certain legs of the conversation in the summer. Nico Williams have not been signed. It was not achieved. 2. Abentia, your friend Luis Diaz, as it stands now, he is not a player of Football Club Barcelona. 3. Barca have also not gotten breakthrough with the one gamper trophy, at the Camp Nou, Spotify Camp Nou. 4. The fact that when the season starts, they are not even certain. Time Camp Nou, have Barca for and they are not happy. They are not happy. They want to make sure that things will go on well for them. It's a bad thing. Luis Diaz and Messias is him. Luis Diaz wants to go, but in a likely place, by mention. You see, if it is true story now, the mobile players will be wary. Because as it stands now, Barca have still not registered Juan Garcia. And then Barca were straightforward with Ter Stegen. Say Onkonko yes have back surgery, The plan is that say Ter Stegen back surgery, bet here for 6 months. Or 6 months now. Obebano, almost the size space in register Juan Garcia, like I told you. Juan Garcia would have established himself. Then in January, they can find a loan for Ter Stegen, send to prepare himself for the World Cup. And as it stands now, it looks as if the Luis Diaz conversation is tilting towards team friend FC Bayern Munich. And after the first 67.5 million of the coin, 62.5 million of the coin, they want to go back again and then give them more money. And Rich, Sikaniya Piki Kodru 70 plus add-ons, keep 12 Liverpool Beji. 70 plus add-ons, Beji. And then maybe catch us say, Bayern for director of operations for any account. They want to make sure that they get a big name into their club because of Jamal Musiala, Leroy Zanimo. They want to get done quickly, and get that sorted out. Now, see Vinicius. In the say, now see you have some no. In the
would you think or like in the form
I had not thought about it on the Ayala said, and I think if I be saying okay,
because maybe who know club World Cup.
Yeah.
The Vini I know.
Since I tried to look at it again. The deterioration started after the Ballon d'Or issue. Since then, I say Vini performance and consistent. There are games around the ball, but and consistent like before Ballon d'Or. I mean, I was the de facto Vini publicist. But after Ballon d'Or, I say Tiba form. But many years in Yaya, say Madrid for the cast a change nature. I won't first can mana. Only you know Madrid kaka. Ombo Madrid ni binka. Ode ombo mani bionje. Ombo Madrid ni binka. Because I know that Vini wants to win the World Cup, and Brazil will need him at his best at Madrid. He should compete with Mbappe more. Because even for everybody, Mbappe has come in just one season, rich Mbappe numbers compared to Vini. Mbappe has usurped him as the main guy. Although Madrid for form and on carry, right? It's there. And you should be a little bit careful. Stay at Madrid. Extend the contracts, no. But Madrid need to count. Maybe a moment release clause, no. Then after that contract ends, you can depart. You can go to England, go to somewhere else that could ball. But Vini there, rich. Hey, Chelsea for squad list for next season. And he found a scene to left wing 2 players, center forward baby 4, right wing Mienu, central midfielder Mienu. Central midfielder on the right hand side, Caicedo most side Miensa, Enzo Fernandez most side, right back. Which one ha? Only left back in the team. Only you. Because Renato Vega do call low or Juve, and Bayern Foni say that they want him. Chelsea Fonu said that you have to replace, but then get a backup for my brother friend Marco Correa. And in the past 3 days, after say Chelsea directors a free club or cup in Bayern, they have spent most of their time on this man. Or your Dutch boy, your friend Jaro Hato. Or your left back, but or say you're versatile. It's me left center back. It's me center back and kasa crack. Obet me left sided midfield crack. And sign a left back one no. So person Obono Kukre amodi no ba inverted ni obet me abo. Plus yenye the conventional left back Juma overlapping, underlapping, say Juma na Jaro Hato ni here. Now the good thing is that within 19 pe. And at Ayas Amsterdam, he cannot do 40,000 a week. She tells the phone and say, oh, really, it is perfectly for what we want. They think that physically he's an athletic player who can deal with various sides. You see, one of the things that teams like Chelsea look at very much when they want some of these young players is how versatile you are in your defensive shape. Can you defend inside? Can you defend outside? And that is what Jao Hato gives them. Almost quiet, so no, any as only could come initially reach. As for they say, boy, any new release clause. But Bono Modi can get bomb near 60 million. 19-year-old boy, Richard. 60 million. 19-year-old defender. 60 million. Anytime I can just say, we a club fan, I don't worry too much. Sometimes, bufu. But what will you do? I think that Chelsea should be able to negotiate this. The bar 40, 45 be add-ons 5 million be kawa. It's a decent buy. Because you see, Rich, Chelsea try next season. Now I'll run it down Mark Kukurea. Kukurea will get injured. Obe pra. And Oprana Renato Vega ni one man. Nobody can play here. We make us say I didn't say Chelsea won't keep Renato Vega. Vega say Portuguese national team na Echo World Cup no. Who know say left centre back no benye biabo. Only be more at left back because Nuno Mendes aje one afa. More other left backs there. Dalot can even play at left back. He won't get game time at left back. It's the best place at left centre back. And I Chelsea for say at left centre back, only be more because he's the best defender at left centre back. And it automatically Vega is out. It's a come back Kukurea Benjamin Chilwell him. She cannot show. Chelsea for person mu free. And again, Maresca doesn't believe that he fits the system. There is a young boy in the academy called Ishi Smith Samuels. Chelsea for say they don't want to rush him too much. They go on loan to Strasbourg. And that is where Chelsea are now. So Chelsea have to pay for a bench friend Jao Hato so that Jao Hato can come in. Now, I asked Amsterdam, of course, Netherlands for them now. Apart from when you look at this list that I've given you, the players now on especially in the midfield area, there is one specific profile. There are a lot of midfielders, but there's one specific profile at Chelsea for any, which is a versatile ball carrying middle mover midfielder. Obi aso ojibo na so de ba. They say ojibo finish onimu chain, onim ball carrying the whole day or a versatile or a low center of gravity. And now me catch you say the first player Chelsea were looking at was this man called Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa. Villa for 80 million. But I said, Mono Chelsea, Chelsea for now plan B. And the plan B is in Amsterdam. He's a Dutch boy. My best friend is Javi Simons. Now, the good thing is that, Rich, La Masia for no good reviews for Europe. No, because Javi Simons or La Masia are bringing him. Chelsea for me are very comfortable, so technically he's there. Again, on low center of gravity. And place no more low center of gravity, no. Adding somebody more feelings. But for me, from last night in Eba, mention Xavi Simons, Adia Bakwa made me fall in love with him. It's not a technical bit because I don't care. Again, when I'm profiling the player, it's what he does without the ball. And Xavi Simons in that RB Leipzig team seemed to work out very, very well without the ball. To the extent that last summer, Netherlands for Euros team, you know, he was very, very integral with our branch Affinity Tijani Reinders. So if Chelsea wants somebody who is going to be a needle picker, ball carrier, and press resistant player centrally, then they need a branch Affinity Xavi Simons to come in to do that job for him. If I Chelsea in fact be officially for Xavi Simons, Arsenal money they are now very much interested and they are looking at the situation. But the truth is that Chelsea here. Until Chelsea makes sales, I doubt they will sign any player. Fashion team. So it's a player biaba na so Chelsea be player. I'll tell you about it. But fashion team just say want to say Chelsea aton in Kukumo, Omaton Vegamo, Omaton Joao Felix Moa. Don't expect that officially Chelsea will announce any player that they haven't already bought. And I think for me, that is it with the roundup of the weekend in common SCA Dino. I see a team in common and I think that Yemreno Crampa being rich. Mami first Yasi. Ana o bibi mami ana.
Oh,
we bibi mami dia mi code be 3 bia meeting dia ma we for na me call.
O Chelsea for na me message bi ma. Kofi Bismarck I say Chelsea should prioritize Xavi Simons over Rodgers. Think am here Xavi Simons no.
One for reason dia.
One for reason dia ma. Ono
Rodgers no English Premier League experience.
Nana Kwakutu for say Richardo, why this face? When Chelsea's name is mentioned,
right? Look like I'm baby sao.
It's because
Man United they were come on. The boy Chelsea there they as obesu.
It's because
of the
me mpema sem kra. Me damo pa.
But we don't want to pass him.
Me damfo now we are say I Chelsea for. And the Chelsea dear. Me nem boy pia edi kan. Mo am yom yedu e hye me Jesse. I'm a tro or me diary Mrs. Ye.
Many course be 50.
They told me no more such me.
Wow, team much time at the UT.
Someone won't pay me.
That's
for the people.
Nana who you
are not many imagine saying come as an announcement.
Oh,
and I'm pay me and I'm going to come Sakura. And I'm thrown to her. A fed ye. Mokobo PJ and Makoje do the Akosho Matre.
Yakwadi
drew and the drone of the shirt. Madam Sister Bonnie do be no bit my catch him say. Chelsea do money can shape PG. A draw. And I'm the coach and also Mitueska. It is a Chelsea dear. Chelsea de Minatum dia. Maybe you cry me. Timinemo by
Chelsea for the mega jaws or Momo
beard and for
all don't pay us.
Media me petals in beard.
You need Joe.
Mean petals in beard and for that.
Yes, you know, but any one habit very reduced.
I brand out the message, but I didn't think about Chelsea the enemy Massano. Reason now is I mean Pamasam with Gamo. To put it in a proper context, me Gamo papa. Into no one my catcher no. To see a Chelsea deep na me assistant. Could you Prince was Manchester United should go for Nicolas Jackson and fan in
Oh, they will say Nicolas Jackson. Mato and women I doubt you do Nicolas Jackson. Rich and a game so on was a Okan upon a Ghana manable in the European Championship. So France and Ma airborne game and then you mean a very interesting only Germany Ma and permutations need good. Into Yasha Cool Kakrabi Eddie Amau say this week now who did it today is also a good opportunity for you. Michelle, who came already with the met was Kakrama na what team match or into first one a 2 1 8 8 8 D 2 A and the first one no. Second one a 2 1 8 9 8 6 D 8 and the second one. Next one, a 2, 1, 8, 8, 9, D, B, and a 8. And the last one, a 2, 1, 8, 8, 9, 7, 9, and a 6. These are the codes I reach. And a bumpire say greens no. Ebeto in Super Guso my name Yadoma on Monday. We take over from the on Sunday, on all 50 man for social media handles. Obetima enjoy coach on Wakocha. Rich
Shakespeare on Facebook say Richardo, I can